Heat fans, we did it. We defeated the almighty Milwaukee Bucks as the number 8 seed. Jimmy Butler. I'll say it again. Jimmy freaking Butler scoring 98 points in just 48 hours. Even more than 48 hours. More than. Because in game 4, he scored 56 points. Tonight, he scored 42. And again, it came from a clutch shot. Nice layups, nice shootings, even when he was tightly guarded. And we were down by as many as 16. Now, in game 4, we were down by 14. Tonight, we were down by 16. It all started when Milwaukee was not having any luck in the fourth quarter. I'll explain that as the video rolls on. In the first quarter, there was a three-pointer that was blocked by Butler, and he had a fast break for a slam dunk, a two-hand slam. We were actually doing pretty well in the first quarter. The second quarter, we fell apart because Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Brook Lopez, even as far as Drew Holiday, were scoring threes. Except for Giannis. Giannis can't shoot three. But he can go into the paint and hit some slam dunks. But Chris Middleton and especially Brook Lopez are shooting threes like they haven't been shooting threes in their entire careers. It's a clutch shot situation for Milwaukee, and hence that's why they were in the lead. They were in a lead for the majority of the whole game until finally we got to the point of overtime. Now, in the third quarter, Miami Heat was being outscored 33-23. That's a 10 points being outscored. Every time we tried to have some kind of run, Milwaukee answers. And it's thanks to Giannis. Now for Giannis, we were kind of lucky. Full health. He came in full health. We're struggling shots late in the game. He was struggling shots, and much of the time, we were not able to capitalize on our fast breaks. And that's what was frustrating about this game. We don't have the height advantage. We definitely were short-staffed as well of shooters. So it was frustrating to see that we couldn't capitalize on the missed opportunities from the Milwaukee Bucks, and we couldn't capitalize on our own opportunities as well. So it was a wasted potential. In the end, it all came down to a few players. First off, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Kevin Love. Kevin Love actually were clutch players as well. Late in the game, especially late in the game, when Butler was sitting down, Kevin Love was shooting threes. Kevin Love shot 5 3-pointers in this game. 5. That's the most 3-pointers of any Heat in this game. 5 shots converted. Jimmy Butler only had 3. He converted 3-pointers with 17 field goals. Bam, especially those offensive rebounds, scoring 20 points. Gabe Vincent is an interesting one because if it wasn't for Gabe Vincent, we probably would have lost this game and had to try to do our part in Game 6. But that story when we would talk about even more. Now in the fourth quarter, Milwaukee was struggling offensively. Giannis has his pattern, his strange pattern. He cannot shoot a free throw. He could, but he struggles. He was struggling with that potentially all season long. In this game, consistently he missed the first free throw, and he makes the second shot. That one time where he missed both was when Bam got fouled out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But no, Giannis, we were thinking he's gonna miss the first one, and he's gonna make the second one, and then we would try to not capitalize, but we're trying to get the points back up even more because we're down. Because we were down as many as 16. We're trying to get some runs in. In the fourth quarter, Jimmy buckets happened consistently happen in the fourth quarter. And the saving grace here is that last shot at the end, the very last shot at that before overtime happened. Now, when we get to that shot, we need to talk about a few things. Number one, the foul issues that we have. Referees were so inconsistent in this game. They were horrible. A lot of our guys are getting fouled. Granted, some of them were a good case. Others were very questionable. They were very questionable calls. And if they are questionable calls, then there's some problems. So, there was one moment where there was a pass from side out, or I think he ended up missing a shot, but whatever it was. He missed the shot. So, Chris Middleton mishandles the basketball. Kyle Lowry was trying to get that stolen basketball, and he was unable to get it, but the referee signaled foul on Kyle Lowry. So we challenged the call, hoping that they were going to change it to Chris Middleton. Spoiler alert, it was not a foul on Chris Middleton, but it was also not a foul on Kyle Lowry as well. So we had to do a jump ball. And of course Milwaukee wins it, but Chris Middleton had to save the basketball because of Giannis' poor pass. Then Drew Holiday had to try to get some going with the free throws. Imagine the scenario where they were up by 4. At that point, they were up by 1. We were down by 4. We were down by 4 before all the stuff that we're talking about. Actually, now that I think about it, we did not miss the shot. See, the missed shot that I was talking about was Jimmy Butler's missed three-pointer. But that went down the court. This was after the Jimmy Butler missed three-pointer. At that point, we were up by 4. Gabe Vincent, long distance 3. We're down by 1. And now we talked about the challenge. We talked about the save ball by Chris Middleton. Drew Holiday missed the shot and he missed the second one. So we need to figure out a way to try to either win the game or more likely to force overtime. Side out, passing the ball to the paint. Jimmy Butler, how did he make that layup is beyond me. He was coming back, getting the basketball, and just putting it up there, and the ball went into the back of the, not to the back of the, I'm used to hockey at this point, but it went in the hoop, in the basket, and it ties the game 118. So we go into overtime, and I gotta tell you, Milwaukee, that was bad. That was bad coaching. You had one timeout left, and you didn't use it. Milwaukee Bucks did not use that timeout at all. Why didn't they use that timeout is beyond me. Right there ultimately cost them the season. That's a huge part of them costing the season. So instead they ran down the clock, and now it's overtime. Now we go to overtime. We start off well. We start off pretty good. We took the lead first. Bam gets fouled out. Giannis was trying to make a play happen, but that didn't work out the way that they hoped for. So I got it right here. Brook Lopez comes in the game. So Bam Adebayo with an offensive rebound makes the dunk. Giannis was out of bounds on the loose ball, and then from that point they were missing shots. Giannis makes, again, misses the free throw, and then makes the second one. Jimmy Butler again comes in clutch, and we're up by 3. And then bam, we make a tip shot. And then Chris Middleton would make those three shots in with those free throws. And so did Max Strus. But only this time, Max Strus, he missed the third shot. And there was one scenario, and that was turning the overtime. Now, before we get to the craziness, Giannis makes the 2-point shot. And then Gabe misses the pull-up. Giannis makes the rebounds. From that point on, the clock was winding down. It was winding down. They had Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, the guys who can shoot a 3-pointer. And Drew Holiday. They can shoot a 3-pointer. The defense of the Miami Heat, they were all over guys like Grayson Allen and Chris Middleton. They couldn't get the shot off on time. They did not shoot the basketball. And because of it, Miami wins it 128-126. Miami Heat becomes the 6th seed. Sixth team in franchise in NBA history as an 8th seed to beat the 1st seed in playoffs. 6th team ever. It's 1:11 in the morning. I'm tired. So excuse my stuttered words. So, because of this, we stunned the NBA. We were supposed to get swept. We were supposed to get destroyed. But it turned out to be the other way around. The only game that was an exception was Game 2. But we persevered. We figured it out. And we beat the Milwaukee Bucks, and we move on to the second round against one of our greatest rivals, the New York Knicks. That's right, I went to one of the games last year in February 25th, 2022, and the Heat won that game 115-100. I know the rivalry. We all know the rivalry. We gotta get it done. And I'll say this for Milwaukee. This isn't the first time we beat the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks. Remember, all the way back at the bubble a few years ago where we were the 5th seed. And we beat them in 5. The year after, they swept us. Talk about a big revenge. The guys were like, the only reason why they eliminated us because it was in the bubble frauds. Are we the bubble frauds? Last time I checked, we beat the number 1 seed as a number 8 seed in actual arenas. So now, think again if it was a bubble. Because we just beat you in 5 as number 8. If I were you guys, I would look in the mirror and be ashamed. Miami Heat fans, rejoice. We move on to the second round against the Milwaukee Bucks to go and beat them, and we move on to play the New York Knicks. Let's go, Heat. Talk about a South Florida overtime massacre. Earlier tonight, we were talking about the Florida Panthers winning it in overtime against the Boston Bruins, who also the number 1 seed, also on the road. And just like tonight, we played the Milwaukee Bucks, also the number 1 seed, also on the road. We have something in common there. And I like to think that tonight's been a success. It's been a successful night, and it's something that we can all sleep tonight very, very easy. And for that, I'd like to say thank you all fans for watching these videos. Go Heat! One of the comments was like, Jimmy Butler is a masterpiece, Heat in 6. One guy said, Heat in 6. Now, we can say, Heat in 5. That's going to do it for this video, folks. If you ever liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe more content because Miami TVG has it back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for your support on these videos. I'm not quite done yet. Playoffs still going to go on up until May. So, if the monster decide to be trash again, then there's something to distract us with. But yeah, no, with all kidding aside, consider subscribing. I might do something new in the future. All right, I won't waste your bubbles anymore. Good night, everybody. Go Heat.